Guess what time it is? It's time to play in our Asylum journal. Oh my goodness. Hi, it's Dawn with For Grace Creations. Welcome. If you have not been following, I will link this playlist in the description box. But one of our Scrappy 8 friends, Brenda, started this, and it is so fun. I thought, yes, join in. So you're invited to join in, but this is our first play day. In Brenda's very first Asylum play day, what she did was she showed you a video on making masterboards a different way, and then she linked a video creating a fun tag. Now, I've tried a few ways, and I thought, I'm going to jump on, and we're going to do this together. So, if we open our Asylum for the Insanely Creative, what we see is here is one tag that I did. Now, I did two. This one here, I used staples to try that, and I used paper towel. That's the back, that's the front. But then I did one, how she did it, using toilet paper. Now on this one, I also used staples, just in case, somebody doesn't have a sewing machine. I can tell you, staples work as well. So that is the other tag. Now I am going to put something on the back so it can be written on. Right now it's just a toilet paper mess, right? But this one I sewed. What I did was I wrapped tissue around it, and then I just sewed a random pattern. And so what we're going to do next is choose some colors. Now I'm going to use Villainous Potion and Aged Mahogany, which means that I also need some water. All right, I have my spray bottle. All we're going to do now is just take the ink pad, and you do want Distress ink, or Distress Oxide, I'm sorry. And we're gonna rub a little on there. Doesn't matter what colors. Doesn't matter if it gets all wonky. It is totally fine. And then we're going to spray. I know it's getting wet, but the oxides will actually activate this way. It does change color a little bit. So I'm going to rub some of this down here, spray it, see what we get there, and dip it in the edges. Ooh, fun. And it's just a play day. Now, I can imagine walking through the doors of the asylum. Oh, I love this color. I gotta quit. This is perfect. I can imagine walking through the doors of the asylum, my bag on my shoulder, getting ready to craft with new friends and old friends. So I hope you're joining us in this. And I am going to cover the back of this, so I'm not really worried about it, but I will wipe up some of my mess with it. Now, it is damp. It's not soaked, but it's damp. I do have a piece of a masterboard beneath there, because whatever's beneath it, you're going to start to see it, because we're actually going to take some of this off. And wherever there's stitching, it should stay. Should. I don't promise that. I would say play with different things. Napkins, maybe. Toilet paper. Paper towels. And just see what works the best. And then you just pull off wherever you want to pull it off. Leave it wherever you want to leave it. It is a little easier to get off when it's wet, because obviously it's paper. And this is just a little fun that Brenda tried, and she shared with us so that we could have some fun trying it. It's a little weird, but that's half the fun, trying new things. And then each person's going to get different results. So don't forget to let me know if you try this. And if you do, I'm going to put my email in the description box. Send me a picture of what you make. If you're on YouTube, tag me in your description box at For Grace Creations. If you're on Instagram, I'm also For Grace Creations there. Tag me, because I don't know about you, but there's just something fun about being able to see the results that other people had. I don't know, I get a kick out of it. So yes, we have a wet, sloppy mess, but now we also have a beautiful tag that is mixed media. And you could use anything beneath that, but I like this. It still needs a little hole here, punched here, and then maybe something, let's do that now. I'm just going to take this. You could use your crocodile, but you can find these at the Dollar Tree. I do have a crocodile. Somebody actually sent it to me in a Happy Mail. I was just ecstatic. I couldn't believe. Can you believe that? Somebody sent me one in a Happy Mail? All right, now I want some lace. And, okay, I'm going to use this. However, I think what I'm going to do is a little bit of that with water. And we're just going to go like this. And ready? We're just going to drag it through. And let it soak in. Do some more. Maybe on the back a little bit. Ooh, purple fingers. Villainous potion fingers. All right. Keeping in mind, that's still wet. I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and gently put it in here, because this is wet. I don't want it to rip. And I'm going to tie it again, trying to be gentle. And so that I don't have to pull too hard, what I'm going to do is come in with my stapler, and I'm just going to staple it right here, and that's going to keep it together. And it adds a little more dimension to it, a little something. See it hiding in there? There we go. What a fun mess. I may as well clean this up with it. But she needs to dry for sure. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. So for now, we'll just set this aside to dry. And then the next thing was finishing these off. So they both also need a hole. I want to do the bigger hole. So we just put it in there. And if you look down, you can see where it's going to chop. There we go. And let's do this one. Also with the bigger hole. All right. And now I need something to put in here. I have this sheer lace was white, or ribbon was white, and I just dunked it in my coffee and called it good. And then after a while, I went ahead and took it out, and it ended up brown. So let's just use some of that. Pardon the burpage. I'm drinking caffeine-free soda. Okay. Okay, so this one is dry, so I can tie it in a knot. There we go. Very cool. And then this one, we will do the same. I think. Can we get that in there? Oh, yeah. Got it. So I did try this technique with, did I already tell you? Oh my gosh, I'm losing my brain. I'm going to say it again. I used paper towel. I used napkin and toilet paper. Now, they all work, but I did find napkin worked the best. Just your single layer white napkin. But they all worked. Sewing worked. Staples worked. I don't know if glue would work or not. It might. Now, we need to back this. I've got this coffee dyed paper. Probably should have done it before I tied that on there. Oh well. I'm going to use... Oh boy, my Fabrifix is almost gone, you guys. Let me get a different bottle. Okay. And let's just see if we can glue it on there. All right. I don't know how well the top is going to stay. So I'm going to actually put it up a little ways and see what that does. See how it's not all the way at the top? Because I know it's not going to stay anyway. And this is more fun. Now I do have that second Asylum journal made for anybody who would like it. And I will be adding one of these tags to it. Because I know there's going to be somebody that's going to want one, and then they can play in it and don't have to actually make the journal, you know? Okay, so we'll let this dry. We'll come back and we'll cut it. And I'm going to glue this one down as well. And I'll do that off camera. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I've got this one. It's only backed up to there. And I'm totally fine with that. This one, I did the whole way up, and it did work. I'm kind of surprised. And then I did do this one. It's still a tad bit damp, but even though it's a little bit damp, this Fabri-Tac still held. So that one, I didn't go all the way up either. But if you want to back yours before doing this, maybe it might be a great idea. If you're not worried about perfection and that kind of thing looks kind of cool to you, go for it. So we've got our tags. That is Playday number 1. Now, what are we going to do with them? Well, that's where Playday number 2 comes in. And I'm very, very excited because Brenda has already done Playday number 2. So I know what it is, and I can come back to you with Playday number 2 tomorrow. Get ready. But for now, go have some fun and make some really weird tags. I mean, there's definitely some fun texture. I'm going to go ahead and probably edge these with a fun color. Maybe, I'm not sure what color. We could do some weird carved pumpkin. I don't know if you've seen these little tiny mini blenders, but they're so cute. So we could let's do orange on this one because the colors actually kind of melted together. And that's a little orange, I mean, in my opinion. So let's see what this will end up looking like. Oh, yeah. How fun. So I recommend, if you don't have any distress oxides, I would recommend getting one in any shade of brown, and then start an Amazon wish list. And when people ask you what kind of things, you need, then you can send them your wish list. And that is how I ended up, for instance, with this carved pumpkin. And then also every once in a while, I can go back and look at my own wish list. And when I have a little spending money, I can buy another color. Let's try some shabby shutters. And why don't we do that one? We did orange. Let's do the shabby shutters here. Oh, well, it's not a huge difference, is it? It just gives it a tiny bit of like this yellowish green, I guess. And I think with this one, let's do some brown. Ground espresso. Can you tell I use it a lot? And then I put this like that. Ugh, I should never have started doing that. Now, if you don't know this, they do make refills for these when they dry up. But before buying them, if you think your ink has dried up, can I suggest grab some water, spray a spray, let it soak in. I obviously am not going to let it soak in right this second because it almost wakes up your ink pad. Oh, yep, see? It just wakes that ink right up. And I want to show you something else you could do. Just get a little on your mat. Now, this is a Tim Holtz mat, but I would recommend, even if you don't eat cereal, go buy a small bag. And inside, use that cereal box liner and put that down because you can use that to do this kind of thing. And then I'm going to just kind of rub it all over and see if I can make a mess to make a little grunge on the back. Yay! It worked. Now I'm going to take the front and scoop the rest up. What do you think? You going to try it? Let me know in the comments. And we'll be back for Playday in the Asylum #2. Either tomorrow or the next day. I'm so excited. Thanks for being here, guys. Bye.